Lesson number 6, HazCom Program. Many products used on construction sites are composed of chemicals or compounds that are hazardous to your health and physical well-being. You have the right to know about compounds or elements in building materials that may threaten your health. Cleveland Construction has developed a program to protect and teach you how to identify the hazards and handle them in a safe manner. This section is commonly called a Hazardous Communication Program, or HazCom program. Our program will inform you about each hazardous item on the job site, the dangers associated with these materials, how they affect your health, how to protect yourself against harmful effects, and how to treat yourself or others should someone become exposed to harmful materials. Objectives. When you complete this training section, you will understand the details of your Right to Know Hazardous Communication Program developed by the employer, including OSHA's Hazard Communication Standard revision to align with the United Nations Globally Harmonized System of Classification and Labeling of Chemicals, GHS, and published in the Federal Register, March 2012. The location of the SDS binder and its contents, and how to take appropriate action if hazardous exposure occurs. Manufacturers of construction products are required to identify the hazardous elements in their products so you can handle them when necessary. Two methods are used to communicate the hazardous elements to everyone on the job site. Informative warning labels are placed on the container, and a published analytical report for each product, called a safety data sheet, or simply called SDS, are available on the job site. The person giving you this training video will show you where the SDS binder is located on your job site. Every product brought to a construction site must be labeled for identification. The label must describe the hazards associated with the product, how to protect yourself against those hazards, and a course of action to be taken when exposed to the harmful ingredients. Labels on containers are required by OSHA's Global Harmonization System, are required to have harmonized signal words, pictograms, and hazard statements for each hazard, class, and category. OSHA designated 9 pictograms under the GHS to convey the health, physical, and environmental hazards of each substance. After June 1, 2015, all substance labels must follow OSHA Revised Hazard Communication Plan Global Harmonization System. In addition to the labels, the manufacturer is required to create a document that thoroughly analyzes every element in the product, how harmful the elements can affect your health, what is needed to protect yourself, and what to do when a person is exposed to the product. The Safety Data Sheet, or SDS, will be readily available for workers using harmful products. The SDS for products on a construction site can be found in the on-site offices of the general contractor and the contractor who brought the item to the job site. Inside the SDS, you will find details on all the hazardous chemicals on the job site. SDS sheets will vary slightly in appearance, but always contains 16 sections. Section 1 includes the product identification. Section 2 includes hazards identification. Section 3 identifies the composition and information on ingredients. Section 4 includes the recommended first aid measures. Section 5 includes firefighting measures. Section 6 includes accidental release measures. Section 7 identifies the proper handling and storage. Section 8 includes the exposure control and personal protection. Section 9 includes physical and chemical properties. Section 10 identifies stability and reactivity. Section 11, toxicological information. Section 12, ecological information. Section 13, disposal consideration. Section 14, transport information. Section 15, regulatory information. Section 16 is other information including state of preparation or last revision. Sections 12 to 16 may be included in the SDS, but they are not required by OSHA. Sections 1 and 2 will identify the substance and hazards associated with the product. Composition and information on ingredients is contained in Section 3. Sections 4 through 6 cover first aid, firefighting, and accidental release measures. Sections 7 and 8 identify the proper handling and storage of chemicals and include exposure and control measures of chemicals. The information on the SDS will remain essentially the same as required in the previous Hazard Communication Standard for Material Safety Data Sheets, also known as MSDS. The previous Hazard Communication Standard dictated the content of the SDS, but did not specify its format. The GHS revisions require that information be in a specified sequence. The SDS is always available for your review if you should have any questions regarding your protection, treatment, or any other concern. Remember to pay attention to the materials that you encounter for strange odors and unusual reactions to your skin or your mouth, nasal, or respiratory irritation, the feeling of lightheaded or dizziness, headaches, stomach aches, and loss of consciousness. Hazards can cause many side effects and even produce unconsciousness or death if exposure occurs. If you are exposed to the harmful effects of any product on a construction site, you should contact your supervisor immediately and request a copy of the SDS. Let's do a quick review of this lesson. You can prevent and respond to exposure from hazardous materials by reading labels, knowing the proper handling, cleanup, and disposing of various materials. You should also wear the proper personal protective equipment. Evacuate and ventilate any affected areas to reduce hazardous levels of the contaminant. Immediately report the incident to your supervisor. Determining proper treatment, including first aid and professional medical assistance, can be found from the product labels or the safety data sheets, SDS, located in the job site trailer. Read the labels so you know what you are handling. Share this information with coworkers and other subcontractors in the affected work area. It's not just your right to know, it's your responsibility to know.